Have you ever talked to someone who sounds completely believable, but something still feels off? They don't hesitate, they don't look nervous, but later you find out they weren't telling the truth. Psychology says people who lie a lot are not always obvious. In fact, most of them seem completely normal, but their behavior reveals five consistent patterns. 1. They speak too smoothly. People who lie often prepare their story in advance. That's why their words come out too clean, too organized, and too perfect. Real memories are messy, with small pauses and natural confusion. But lies are rehearsed, so they sound unusually smooth. Psychology says this happens because the brain is focused on control, not memory. 2. They change small details over time. When someone lies repeatedly, they struggle to keep their story stable. One version sounds slightly different from another. Small details like timing, order, or actions keep shifting. Psychology says this happens because fake stories are not stored like real memories, so the brain rebuilds them each time they are told. 3. They over-explain simple things. Liars often give more information than necessary. Instead of answering directly, they add extra details to sound more convincing. But this over-explaining is actually a defense mechanism. Psychology says when someone is not fully confident in the truth, they try to strengthen it with unnecessary details. 4. They get defensive without being accused. Even when you don't question them directly, they act like they are being tested. Small questions feel like attacks to them, so they quickly justify, clarify, or over-defend themselves. Psychology says this happens because lying creates internal pressure, and the person starts expecting doubt from others. 5. Their emotions don't match the situation. Sometimes their reaction feels slightly off. They may smile at the wrong moment or stay calm in situations where most people would react differently. Psychology says this happens because their focus is divided between acting and thinking, which makes emotional responses less natural. People who lie a lot are not always easy to catch. They don't always look nervous or suspicious. Instead, their patterns slowly reveal inconsistency over time. Psychology says the biggest difference between truth and lies is not confidence, but stability. Truth stays consistent. Lies keep adjusting. And once you understand these patterns, people start making a lot more sense than before.